Good evening, I'm Dacia Richards with Monday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Trinidad and Tobago. Days after his release from detention under the state of emergency (SOE), 43-year-old Shumba James, a man labeled by police as a notorious gangster, was killed in an alleged shootout with officers in his hometown of St. Mary's Village, Moruga, on Sunday. His friend, 34-year-old Visham Ryan Lochan, was also killed in the incident. According to police reports, James was seated in the front passenger seat of Loten's Nissan Tiida, traveling along Moruga Road when the incident happened. South Central ACP Wayne Meister said sometime after 10 a.m. there was a shootout with the police, which resulted in both men being fatally wounded. The police transported the men to the Princess Town District Health Facility, where they were pronounced dead. Meister offered no further details, only confirming officers recovered 2 pistols. However, relatives of both men are claiming the duo was executed. James, a former state witness in the high-profile case in which his ex-girlfriend was killed by police in 2011, was the first person arrested via a detention order dated January 12 under this recently concluded SOE. James was also the first person detained under the recent SOE. His arrest was ordered by then Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines on January 12. A gazetted legal notice said the order was issued as James has been identified as a credible suspect in various illegal activities, including planning targeted killings of individuals, assisting the police in their investigations. The detention was deemed necessary to prevent James from acting in a manner prejudicial to public safety and order. The SOE was declared on December 30 and ended on April 13. While in Jamaica, in an effort to increase openness and transparency, Chief Justice Brian Sykes says appropriate court cases will be live-streamed on the Jamaican judiciary's YouTube channel. Addressing Thursday's swearing-in ceremony at King's House for 2 members of the judiciary to higher office for the Easter term, Sykes disclosed that the Court of Appeal had its first full broadcast in March. The sitting had 9 judges in the case of Cecil Moore VR, which decided an important point concerning sentencing, mandatory minimums, and the Constitution. Effective April 7, the judiciary implemented a new security policy for entry into the Supreme Court, Public Building East. The measures were instituted to enhance the safety and security of all court users and staff. Among them are security screening, which will commence at 9 a.m. daily, and the issuance of color-coded passes corresponding with specific floors, restricting movement within the building. If a visitor needs access to multiple floors, they must obtain a new pass from the designated issue point. But one way of managing it is to have a greater access via the YouTube facility in appropriate cases, Justice Sykes stated. Finally, former Brazilian President Fernando Collor de Mello was arrested on Friday in the northeastern city of Maiceo, after a Supreme Court justice rejected his challenges against a previous conviction and ordered him to start serving jail time. Collor's lawyer, Marcelo Bessa, said he was arrested at 4 a.m. local time while arriving to Brazil's capital, Brasilia, where he planned to turn himself in following Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes' arrest order. The former president was being held by federal police in the Maiceo. Moraes' order on Thursday came after the top court sentenced Collor, the first president to win the popular vote after the end of Brazil's last military dictatorship in 1985, to 8 years and 10 months in prison in 2023 on corruption and money laundering charges. Collor's lawyer had already voiced, quote, surprise and concern, unquote, at Moraes' decision in an initial statement released late on Thursday, but added that the former president would comply with the order. The 2023 conviction came after Brazilian prosecutors accused Collor of receiving around 30 million reais, $5.28 million in bribes, from a then subsidiary of state-run oil company Petrobras. Collor took office as president in 1990, but did not finish his term as Congress decided to impeach him 2 years later amid a separate corruption scandal for which Supreme Court acquitted him in 1994. Thank you for watching. Do have a productive week. Until next time.